I looked online, there was nothing. I mean, you could Google stand-up paddle surfboard or whatever, and there was nothing. So I ended up calling, I remember Infinity, Pearson Arrow, companies like that, and they weren't really that into it either at the time. They were kind of like, well, 6 months maybe, and we'll make you a tandem board, and we've heard of that, or we've done a couple before, or whatever. So I ended up just going out and buying a SurfTech Mickey Munoz 12-footer, like a lot of us have. And I remember the first day I made my own paddle, and out of wood and a wood dowel and all that. And I remember paddling out to at Haleiwa, not the main break, but off to the side, and it was a solid day, probably 8 feet Hawaiian size. And it was a little windy, and I just remember saying, or thinking to myself, I'm gonna go out there and no one's out. I'm just gonna take the biggest bomb and rip it up and all that. And I just remember being completely humbled. I couldn't even stand. I came in on my knees. I thought, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. What did I get myself into? And actually at the time it made Laird even look more incredible. I was going, God, he's pulling in on a solid wave and I can't even stand on the thing, So from there I went into the river in Haleiwa, and I just stayed in Honolulu Stream and just stayed in there and paddled flat water. I remember going to Bonga Perkins was already doing it. And I asked Bonga, wow, what's up with this? It's the hardest thing. And he goes, how are you standing? And I've said, well, I'm regular foot. And he goes, no, you got to stand with your feet facing forward. I've never watched anyone do it before, like watch them how they did it. So I went from the surf stance to standing parallel stance and went, oh, this is definitely easier now. So, when I just stayed with it and got into it. I did a lot of knee paddling with a short canoe paddle and stand up in both, and started surfing more and kind of just got hooked. When it came to stand up, I was thinking, I'm gonna make my own stand up board now. So went down to Clark Foam, and they had this 12/8 blank. It was this huge thing, and I brought it in here and it didn't fit, so I had to cut off the tail and did it right here. And I swear it felt like I walked 4 miles around that thing, because I wasn't, first I planed it, and I remember there being so much rubbish, and I ended up just, battling with this huge blank to do it. And then I went out and surfed it, and it was really bad. It wasn't anywhere as near as good surfing as my Munoz, the SurfTech one. So I just sold it, and I just gave up on shaping stand-up boards for a while. Dave Parmenter was the guy here in Hawaii. If you could get a board, because he's so popular and so many people wanted his shapes that, it's not anybody can just go get one. And so finally got a hold of him, and he said, oh yeah, I'll make you a couple boards. And I was like, yeah, I was all stoked, and he said, well, the weight's really long because his glasser was backed up. And so I said, oh yeah, whatever, So I ordered 2 boards from Dave. And in the meantime, I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna try shaping another one again till I get the boards from Dave. And then, one board led to 2, and they were working now, and then it led to 5, and by the time I got boards from Dave, I already had started Paddle Surf Hawaii, and Dave was working for us. So, but it was just, his glasser was so backed up, and I was so obsessed with this thing that I didn't wait. I didn't have any time to wait, because I was shaping a board and glassing it myself and surfing it within 2 or 3 days. Our warehouse, it's really cool. It's this big cave, this old military cave. There's hundreds of caves in these valleys that were used for storage back in World War II, and I guess the military, they're not using them anymore, so somebody came in and bought it and they lease it out. So we got 4,000 square feet warehouse area in a cave. So it's kind of cool. I still feel like a backyard guy. That's you know, we're in my house right now, but we're just somebody said we're like the grassroots company, and we still are. I mean, we've branched out, and our product is all over the world now, but we're still there's not a whole lot that has changed on this end where it's being produced. You know, we are the grassroots guy, and we spend, you know, we do what we sell. You know, we surf what we sell. We do stand up every day and are really passionate about our designs. So what makes us stand out as a company is that we spend, you know, 100% of our time on our boards R&Ding and developing, and we have so from the beginning. We're not happy or we're not content with any design. We want to keep going and coming up with new stuff.